Just on a personal note, how thrilled are you with this opportunity?
Oh, mate, it's been a whirlwind couple of days. I caught up with Josh and Matty Richardson on Friday and went through and yeah, so it's been round and round circles over the last couple of days, but absolutely ecstatic to be here. Can't wait to get to work with Josh and the other coaches and the playing group. It's an exciting playing group and look forward to what 2026 brings.
Can you take us through the timeline, mate? Because it was only 3 weeks ago that you re-signed at Glenelg.
Yeah. I mean, that was an ongoing process for a period of time, so it wasn't something that was new. It was that the timing probably wasn't ideal, but I can't be more blessed with the time I had at Glenelg. They've been fantastic for me over the last 3 years. Certainly a difficult decision to leave the footy club because we've been able to have so great success over the last couple of years, and I've got great relationships with the players and the staff of the football club, but sometimes opportunities come up that you don't see coming, and certainly was in this case. But yeah, can't be more grateful for my time at Glenelg.
So when did Paul come into the picture?
I mean, there was some conversations probably 2 or 3 months ago that didn't really go anywhere. It was probably only the last week, probably after the grand final. Josh made contact with me on Monday and we caught up late in the week and it progressed really quickly from there.
Didn't go anywhere because... Why didn't the conversations go anywhere?
I think Josh and the club were just working through where they needed to go, to be honest, with their coaching group, and obviously there's been a big change with Josh coming in and a new coaching group coming in, a lot of new staff coming in, so they were working through their process and working out what they needed and who worked for them and who was going to be the best fit in these roles for them, and I know they're still working through that process at the moment, and when that role became obvious, that's when the discussions really sort of took place.
Was there a negotiation in the role, or Josh sort of came to you with what you think, or did you talk about what you might be able to add to the club?
I'm certain there was bits of that. Josh sort of put forward a role that he saw working for them and for me, and a role that they felt I could play a big part in, and we sort of discussed around that, but I was just really thrilled with the opportunity really presented and the opportunity that was there. So that, yeah, it wasn't really too much discussion around it.
Take us through your coaching journey, because it's been a pathway to get to this point, hasn't it?
Yeah, it has. I mean, I was only looking yesterday. 10 years ago, I was coaching Nuriukta in the Barossa League, and 10 years later, I've sort of been through the under-18 program and into the reserves program at Centrals, and then at North Adelaide for a couple of years, and then really blessed to get the opportunity at Glenelg at the end of 2022, and then our last couple of years at Glenelg they've gone by quickly, but it's been great fun and had some great times there and learned a lot over that journey as well. Been fortunate to coach some really good players and work with some really good people and really good coaches, and been able to learn from a lot of different people, so I feel like I'm ready to go at this next level.
Why do you think you've excelled to this level?
I think it's around relationships and being able to connect with people, young people. Everyone's different, and being able to understand everyone's strengths and areas that they need some help in, and I think coaching's all about that relationship connection piece, and it's probably been something that I've been able to be strong in.
What's your relationship like with Josh, and what excites you about it?
Well, I hadn't met Josh up until this process. He'd sort of left North Adelaide by the time I got to North Adelaide. I've just been intrigued by his journey. I know, talking to the guys at North Adelaide, how Josh went about it. He's obviously been to Fremantle and been back at Port Adelaide for a while, but right from the start I've just been intrigued by Josh and his way of wanting to do things, his passion. I think he's on the right path, and I sort of resonate with how he sees things, so I'm really excited to get to work with him.
You've had a long success obviously with the Bays and various clubs. What skills do you have?
I think I come from a different background to some of the other coaches, and I think in a coaching group you need diversity and you need different ideas and different ways of looking at things, and I certainly think I bring a different skill set, that I've come from a different pathway, and but I think I bring some of that connection piece and the relationship piece, and and certainly just understanding people. I think that's going to be my main strength to the group.
Josh spoke the other day about contest work being a focus of improvement for the team during the off-season. How do you sort of see that from afar?
Yeah, I mean, they've obviously got some incredible talent through their midfield. They were challenged with injuries last year across their list, but it was only 18 months ago they were playing in a prelim and finished top of the table. So the talent's there, and it's about putting some good processes in place and having a really good platform to work off for our midfield and for all of our players. And I'm looking forward to getting to work with Josh and the other coaches around how that looks.
How closely have you been watching when you're an SANFL coach and you're obviously busy with your own program? how much of an opportunity do you get to really deep dive into an AFL team?
I mean, you don't get to watch the vision as you would from a sample perspective, but I certainly keep an eye on it. You're always trying to learn, so every opportunity I can, I get and watch the AFL and sit up high and watch from behind the goals and have a look at what's going on. And you're trying to find ways to make your players better, so you're certainly looking at the higher level to do that. So I have watched Port pretty closely, as I have with Adelaide and the clubs that you've got sort of access to a little bit. I do get out here and watch training a little bit through the pre-season as well, so certainly watch fairly closely. Well, it's interesting, we were at Glenelg last night when I was able to tell the players that we caught up with last night. When I walked out of the club, Harry was just leaving the club. He'd been there doing some weights and some running, so I was able to catch up with him last night. So he's going to be a super player at this level. He's still a young man, but I'm excited to see how his journey progresses.
You had instant success at Glenelg. Do you think it can turn around quickly here at Port?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, there's serious talent here. They obviously challenged, as I said, with injuries last year. But their best is very good. You only have to look at their last game of the year this year against the Gold Coast, where their young guys stood up and played a brand of football that was exceptionally positive to watch. So I've got no doubt a big pre-season, a new coaching group and some new ideas from Josh, and we can certainly turn it around really quickly.
Have you got particular ideas on what to bring into that contest sort of role?
Yeah, I do, but I'll sit down with, in the end, Josh is the coach and the other coaches are here, but we'll sit down and discuss what that looks like, and we've got a pre-season to work through that, and hopefully we can make the group better.